What if your life has been running on buggy code and you've been interpreting the error messages as permanent limitations? Those repeated patterns, those impossible obstacles, those weird coincidences that may make you feel cursed, they're all debug messages your reality has been desperately trying to show you. But here's what they didn't teach you in school. You have administrator level access to your existence. Not user access, not guest access, full admin privileges. The problem is you don't know the debugging commands. So instead of fixing the glitches, you've been accepting the crashes as normal. Living in the loops, accepting the permission errors as just how things are. Today, we're going to activate your Reality Debug Mode and show you the systematic framework to identify, patch, and optimize every corrupted program keeping you stuck, helping to remedy loops, permission errors, and mysterious crashes that seem to derail your life. By the end of this video, you'll have learned how you may be able to debug many aspects of your reality: career, relationships, health, finances, using the same debugging principles that programmers use to fix broken code. The glitch you've been living with isn't your life, it's your programming. And now you're about to learn how you can become the developer instead of just the user. Here's what we see constantly in our community: people feeling stuck in patterns they can't break, relationships that repeat the same toxic cycles, career situations that seem impossible to change, health issues that remain challenging, financial blocks that persist no matter what they do. Traditional approaches tell you to think positive or change your mindset. But what if the problem isn't your mindset? What if your reality has been running corrupted code and you've been trying to solve software problems with hardware solutions? Today, we're going full developer on your existence. No more patching symptoms. We're going straight to the source code. Let's start with the fundamentals. In any programming environment, you can't fix bugs you can't see. So first, we need to identify the 3 types of reality glitches that keep most people trapped. Type 1, loop bugs. These are the patterns that repeat endlessly. You know the ones. Same type of relationship partner, same career roadblocks, same money struggles. Your reality feels stuck in an infinite loop, executing the same failed code over and over. Here's how to identify a loop bug. Ask yourself, have I seen this exact pattern before, multiple times? If yes, you're looking at a loop. Type 2, permission errors. These feel like doors constantly closing, opportunities that vanish at the last second, resources that become unavailable when you need them most. In programming terms, this is your reality returning access denied messages. Permission errors can show up as, just when I thought I had it, everything fell through, or this always happens right before breakthrough. Type 3, memory leaks. These drain your energy without obvious cause. You wake up tired despite sleeping well. You feel emotionally depleted even on good days. Your reality is running background processes that consume your resources. Memory leaks can manifest as chronic fatigue, emotional numbness, feeling heavy all the time, or unexplained anxiety. Identify which type of glitch is affecting you most. This diagnostic determines your debugging approach. But before we start debugging, you need to understand why this can work. Most people think reality is fixed, like a computer with pre-installed software. But quantum physics proves reality is more like a quantum computer. It exists in multiple states until observed, and consciousness actively programs the experience. Remember that the double slit experiment shows that particles behave differently when observed. The observer effect isn't just a physics curiosity. It's the fundamental operating system of your reality. Your consciousness isn't just experiencing reality, it's actively coding it. You can think of your attention as the processor, your beliefs as the programming language, your emotions as the execution environment. Your thoughts, feelings, and focus point are writing code in your reality's operating system. This is why traditional approaches may fail. You're trying to debug hardware problems with software solutions. But when you understand that reality is programmable quantum code, you can access developer mode. Now we're getting to the good stuff. How can you access Reality Debug Mode? Just like any programming environment, there are specific commands and protocols. Command 1, Control-Shift-R, Reality Refresh Protocol. This is your emergency restart sequence. When you're stuck in a loop or facing a permission error, you need to clear the cache and refresh your reality state. Here's how to execute. Control-Shift-R. Stop all current reality programming, cease all mental activity for 30 seconds, clear your emotional cache, express gratitude for 5 specific things, refresh your belief system, and declare I am the programmer of my reality several times. Restart your consciousness processor. Take 10 deep breaths while visualizing white light. This protocol can break you out of current reality loops and give you a clean slate to reprogram. Command 2, F12, Developer Tools for Consciousness. F12 can open the developer console in browsers. In reality, it can open your consciousness developer tools, the ability to see what's actually running in your background processes. To access F12 mode, sit quietly and observe your thoughts without engaging them. Notice recurring mental programs running automatically. Identify which thoughts create which emotional responses. Document the patterns you discover. This is how you identify the Teljack hidden code that's been running your life without your awareness. Command 3, Alt plus Tab, Reality Window Switching. Alt plus Tab can let you switch between active programs. In reality, this can allow you to switch between different versions of your life that exist simultaneously in the quantum field. Practice Alt plus Tab switching. Identify a situation you want to change, visualize the current version of that situation, now visualize an alternative version where the problem is solved. Switch your attention between both versions rapidly. Choose which version you want to run. This isn't visualization, it's quantum. Window switching between parallel reality programs. Advanced debugging requires stack trace analysis. In programming, a stack trace shows you the sequence of function calls that led to an error. In reality, it shows you the chain of beliefs and experiences that created your current problems. Here's how you can perform a stack trace on your life. Step 1, identify the error. What specific problem keeps recurring? Let's use chronic financial stress as an example. Step 2, trace back the function calls. Ask yourself, what belief about money could I have been programmed with? Maybe money is hard to get, or rich people are greedy. Step 3, find the source code. Where could this belief have originated? Often from childhood messages, we can't afford that, or money doesn't grow on trees. Step 4, identify the trigger events. What experiences could have reinforced this belief? Maybe a parent losing a job, family financial crisis, or being denied something you wanted. Step 5, map the execution path. Now you can see the full stack trace: childhood message, family crisis, belief formation, pattern reinforcement, current reality. This may be your bug's origin story. Once you can see the full stack trace, you can identify exactly where to insert the fix. Memory leaks can be some of the most insidious bugs because they run in the background, slowly draining your resources. Here's how to examine your reality's memory usage. What is a memory leak in your reality? It's a hidden process that continuously consumes your energy, attention, or emotional resources without providing any benefit. Common memory leaks may include rumination loops. These are thoughts that replay endlessly without resolution. You know the ones: replaying conversations from hours or days ago, analyzing every word and gesture, creating alternate scenarios that will never happen. Identity attachment processes. These are mental programs that may constantly defend your ego image. Those comments, those glances, those interactions get processed through "how does this affect me?" filters that can drain your mental bandwidth. Hypervigilance programs. These run continuous security scans on your environment, monitoring for threats, judging others' reactions, calculating social dynamics, all potentially running in the background without your conscious awareness. Comparison engines. These can constantly benchmark your life against others' highlight reels. Social media scrolling, career comparison, relationship status monitoring, all consuming processing power while providing zero benefit. How can you possibly identify your memory leaks? Step 1. Memory usage monitoring. For 1 week, try tracking your energy levels every 2 hours. Rate them 1 through 10 and note what you were doing just before the measurement. Patterns can start to emerge, showing when your memory usage spikes. Step 2. Background process detection. Set random phone alarms throughout the day. When they go off, immediately note, what was I thinking about right now? This can reveal what mental programs may be running automatically. Step 3. Resource consumption analysis. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what consumed my mental energy today without adding value to my life? Document everything. Even small drains can add up. Step 4. Performance impact assessment. Compare your peak performance days to your drained days. What was different about your mental processes? This can reveal which background programs are most resource intensive. Memory dump analysis techniques. Technique 1. Mental task manager. Just like checking which programs use the most CPU on your computer, you need to identify which mental processes consume your consciousness processing power. Sit quietly and mentally open your consciousness like a task manager. What processes are running? Which ones seem to be using the most CPU? A 10. Which ones can be closed? Technique 2. Energy audit. Create a simple chart with 2 columns, energy givers and energy takers. For 1 week, log every interaction, thought, and activity in the appropriate column. You'll quickly see which reality programs can be net positive versus net negative. Technique 3. Attention flow analysis track, where your attention naturally goes throughout the day. Do you gravitate toward worry, fantasy, problem solving? This reveals your default mental programming and shows which memory leaks may be most active. Technique 4. Emotional temperature monitoring. Memory leaks can often show up as emotional temperature changes. Set hourly reminders to check. What emotion am I feeling right now, and what thought triggered it? This can map your emotional memory usage patterns. So how can you possibly fix memory leaks? Step 1. Resource allocation. Once you've identified your major memory leaks, you need to reallocate your consciousness processing power. For rumination loops, install a mental browser that automatically closes rumination tabs. Practice the 5-minute rule. If you can't solve a problem in 5 minutes of focused thinking, schedule it for later. Create a worry time, 15 minutes daily, where you process all worries, then you can close the program. For identity attachment, practice ego surrender meditation. You can regularly remind yourself that your identity is just a program, not your core self. Install observer mode, where you can watch your reactions without immediately defending your image. Create identity boundaries, specific situations where you can choose to not engage ego protection programs. For hypervigilance, install security update protocols. Only scan for actual threats, not imagined ones. Practice selective attention. Choose what to monitor instead of monitoring everything. Create safe zones where hypervigilance programs can be temporarily disabled. Step 2. Memory management. Just like computer memory, your consciousness needs regular garbage collection and optimization. Daily memory management. Clear cache. You can end each day by consciously releasing thoughts and emotions from the day. Close background programs. Before sleep, You can identify and shut down any mental processes still running. Optimize memory usage. Focus on high-value mental activities. Minimize low-value background processing. Weekly memory optimization. Deep cleanup. Identify and remove any mental programs that consistently drain energy. Update security. Review which mental processes are actually protecting you versus just consuming resources. Performance tuning. You can adjust your default mental settings based on what you've learned about your patterns. Step 3. Prevention protocols. The best memory management can be preventing leaks before they develop. Prevention strategies. Install mental firewalls, boundaries that can prevent unnecessary mental processing. Create mental antivirus, awareness that can catch memory leaks before they consume significant resources. Regular system maintenance. Daily practices that can keep your consciousness optimized. Memory leaks are insidious because they can feel normal. You've been running these background processes so long that you may think feeling drained is just how life works. But once you can see them clearly and implement proper memory management, you'll be amazed at how much processing power can become available for creating the reality you actually want. Now that you understand how to identify the bugs, let's learn how you may be able to actually fix them. This is where most reality debugging attempts can fail. People know what's wrong, but don't know how to patch the corrupted code. Step 1, isolate the bug before you can fix anything. You need to create a controlled environment for debugging. In programming, this means running the problematic code in isolation to see exactly where it fails. To isolate your reality bugs, identify the exact trigger. What specific situation activates the glitch? Document the sequence. What happens step by step from trigger to failure? Isolate the variables. Which factors are essential to reproducing the problem? Create a test environment. Practice fix in low-stakes situations first. For example, if your bug is permission errors in career advancement, create test scenarios with smaller opportunities first, speaking up in meetings, volunteering for projects, or asking for small favors. Step 2. Insert debugging statements. In programming, debugging statements can help you track what's happening at each step of code execution. In reality, you need the same visibility. Reality debugging statements before each trigger situation. I notice I'm about to engage this pattern. During the trigger, this is the glitch activating. After the trigger, pattern completed, analyzing results between triggers. Running post-incident analysis. This creates awareness checkpoints that prevent you from unconsciously running corrupted code. Step 3, implement the fix. Here's where you get to be a reality programmer. Based on your memory dump analysis and stack trace, you can rewrite the problematic code. Fixing loop bugs. Loop bugs need loop-breaking code. The most effective approach can be to introduce a randomness function, something unpredictable that breaks the pattern. Example, fix for relationship loops. Identify the loop trigger. I always attract unavailable partners. Insert randomness. Do something completely opposite to your usual pattern. Test the new code, approach someone you'd normally never consider, debug the results. If the pattern continues, you can add more randomness. Fixing permission errors. Permission errors can require updating access credentials, essentially proving to reality that you have the right to access certain opportunities. Example, fix for career permission errors, audit current credentials. What qualifications, experience, or network access do you have? Request elevation. Ask for access to opportunities. You're not ready for bypass security. Create opportunities instead of waiting for them to be offered. Test new permissions. You can act as if you already have the access you want. Fixing memory leaks. Memory leaks can require memory management, freeing up resources that are potentially being consumed by background processes. Example, fix for energy drain, memory leaks. Identify the leak. What thoughts or activities can drain you without benefit? Implement garbage collection. You can actively release these mental processes. Add monitoring, set alerts for when memory usage increases. Optimize resource allocation. Put energy only toward high-value activities. Step 4, test and iterate. Reality debugging, like software debugging, can require multiple testing cycles. Your first fix won't be perfect, and that's normal. Testing protocol. Run controlled tests. You can apply the fix in low-risk situations. Monitor performance. Track whether the glitch still occurs. Gather feedback. What results are you getting now? Refine the code. Adjust based on real-world performance. Scale up. You can apply the proven fix to higher stakes situations. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's continuous improvement. Each debugging cycle can make your Reality programming more efficient and less prone to glitches. This is the hands-on section where you can transform from a Reality user into a Reality programmer. Take notes on which techniques resonate with you most, because you may be using these same debugging principles for the rest of your life. Daily Reality maintenance. Just like any complex system, your Reality can require daily maintenance to prevent new bugs from developing and ensure optimal performance. Daily maintenance checklist. Run system diagnostics. Spend 5 minutes scanning for any glitches, loops, or permission errors. Clear temp files. Release any negative emotions or stress from the day. Update security protocols. Set clear boundaries and permissions for the day ahead. Backup current state. Document what is working well so you can restore it if needed. Performance monitor. Track which Reality programs are running efficiently. Weekly Reality updates. Once per week, you can perform deeper maintenance. Weekend system maintenance. Deep cache cleaning. Clear out accumulated stress, limiting beliefs, and negative programming. Driver compatibility check. Ensure your habits and beliefs are working together smoothly. Plugin performance review. Which installed plugins are working optimally? Memory usage analysis. What is consuming your energy without providing value? Security patch application. You can update your protection against external interference. Monthly Reality optimization. Monthly maintenance can prevent system degradation and implement major improvements. Monthly deep optimization code review. You can examine your Reality programming for inefficiencies. Performance benchmarking. Compare current results to previous months. Upgrade installation. Add new capabilities and remove outdated processes. System integration testing. Ensure all your Reality programs work together harmoniously. Future planning. Set next month's development goals. This maintenance schedule can ensure your Reality stays optimized and can prevent the accumulation of bugs that lead to major system crashes. When debugging doesn't seem to work, Reality Factory Reset. Sometimes your Reality has been running corrupted code for so long that normal debugging doesn't seem to work. When this happens, you may need a complete factory reset, but done consciously rather than accidentally. What is a potential conscious factory reset protocol that you can use? Phase 1. Data backup. Before resetting, you can save your essential programs. What aspects of your identity serve your highest good? Which relationships and experiences have added value to your life? What skills and capabilities do you want to keep? What wisdom and lessons have you learned? Phase 2. System decommissioning. Phase 2. Conscious reset. Update all applications. You can review and refresh your current Reality programming. Network optimization. Take time to evaluate which external influences truly serve your growth. Cache clearing. Release outdated emotional patterns and limiting beliefs. Configuration reset. Choose new parameters for how you want to show up in the world. Phase 3. Fresh installation. Install new operating system. You can adopt completely new beliefs about what's possible. Configure basic settings. Choose your core values and life parameters. Install essential programs. Rebuild your daily habits and focus patterns. Set default permissions. Establish new boundaries and access levels. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the version of yourself that can access quantum sovereignty without potentially being limited by corrupted programming. Your reality is not a fixed program running independent of your consciousness. Quantum physics experiments suggest fascinating connections between observation and reality that researchers are still exploring. You may have been living as a limited user when you have administrator-level access to your entire existence. The patterns you may have been experiencing, the loops, the permission errors, the memory leaks, they're not cosmic conspiracies or bad luck. They're debug messages showing you exactly where your programming needs upgrading. You are the programmer. Your consciousness is the development environment. Your beliefs and emotions are the coding language. Your attention is the execution power. Starting today, you have tools that may help you explore different approaches to patterns in your life. The real question is, are you ready to claim your admin access? Your reality is waiting for you to stop being a user and start being the developer. For those ready to dive deeper into quantum sovereignty and reality programming, there are communities exploring advanced techniques and research in consciousness studies. Remember, in the quantum field of infinite possibilities, you're not manifesting your reality, you're programming it. And now you know how you can possibly write better code. Your experience isn't glitched. It may be waiting for you to debug it properly. If this content resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and join the Quantum Sovereign community. The simulation needs more explorers like you. Quantum Sovereign, activate.